it up like J.Brock, cause I can score with a second on the clock.
I need y'all to clap it up and make some noise for the women's panel of this Clap It Up LA event. Clap it up, make some noise for these ladies and bring them out. Come on, ladies, let's go. All right now, y'all, from my left to my right, we got Kathy J. Hood, make some noise.
Hello, hello.
You know what I'm saying? We got Ashley, I messed up the last name, please give me, please.
Ashley Valenzuela, you could call me Legal Queen LA.
That's right, come on now. We got Crystal VVS.
What up?
We got Lauren Brazil, Daisy Lynn, Miss Corey Renee. I call her Sally Cell, but that's Cell Ray. And we got the one and only Ben Blair. Come on, make some noise. Real quick, ladies, I want y'all to take a moment to introduce yourselves and let the people know what y'all got going on in y'all lives, starting with the lovely Kathy J. Hood.
Hello, gosh. Thank you guys for coming out. So I'm Kathy J. Hood. I'm a publicist. I currently run and operate my own PR communications agency in Hollywood. I also recently got appointed by LA County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath to serve on the Academy Efficiencies Board. And I just got appointed by another board to serve for the Junior League of Los Angeles DEIB board. So yeah, out here in the community and supporting and sharing stories.
Come on, clap it up for that. Let's go.
First of all, congratulations. That's huge. Yeah. Again, my name is Ashley. I'm an entertainment attorney and also a talent manager. And one of my artists is right over there, Air the Prophecy.
Let's go, Air. Come on.
What up? It's Crystal VVS. I'm an engineer, entrepreneur. Work with all the new West Coast LA rappers. I would want to say, right? Producers, My God Mars, Kanye West, Lil Wayne.
Come on, yeah, no. Don't skip that. She said Kanye West and Lil Wayne. Come on now.
Yeah.
Lauren, what we doing?
So founder of We Grow LA, which is a nonprofit, community organizer of Slauson Super Mall, founder of the Grow Group Agency.
Come on.
Founder of the Grow Group Agency where we manage talent. Storm DeBarge is one of my clients. And my motto is I help people that help people. So I've had the blessing of doing a lot of different things because I'm always willing to help people. So Leimert Park Juneteenth Festival, Taste of Soul Festival, you know, managing all of the vendor and sponsor relationships and stuff like that for those. So yeah.
That's right. Clap it up, make some noise. Let's go, Daisy Lynn.
What's up, everybody? My name is Daisy Lynn, the LA baby. I am born and raised in LA.
Come on.
So Daisy Lynn, the brand, the name started 10 years ago as a hairstylist. I opened up my own studio. And I was damn near the first curly hair specialist out here in LA. They caught up to me. There's like 30 of them now. But I did have a spiritual awakening, and post that spiritual awakening, I decided to pursue music. So I am also an MC, rapper. I'm 2.5 years in. I've done Sway's Overtime in New York. I've been part of Just Incredibles, Hunger Flow, Gina Views, all-female cypher.
Yeah,
that's right. I see you over there, LA Ray. Yeah, you know, I've been part of a few cool things, and we're just getting started.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Daisy Lynn, I've seen your content. Shout out to you. Okay. One time for the one time. My name is Miss Corey Renee, born and raised in LA. Okay. I am with Morello Media. We serve 4 stations, Power 106, 935 KDA, 955 KLOS. I am on 2 of the 4 stations. You can catch me on 935 KDA Sundays from 2 to 6. And then you can catch me on a classic rock station, 955 KLOS, on the Heidi and Frank show in the mornings. I'm the only black woman on a classic rock morning station in LA. So I'm just really happy to be here and share all of this time with you guys.
Let's go.
I'm Selena Reyes. I'm CEO of Show Up PR. It's a full-service PR and marketing agency in Hollywood, California. I've been a music journalist, entertainment journalist, and investigative journalist for 11 years now. And I also manage Long Beach producer Corey Kell, who's in the crowd.
Hey, come on now. Let's go.
So I'm Sinclair Tabor.
Ben Blair, come on, big Ben Blair.
I'm more behind the scenes, guys, so I'm real like laid back. This isn't really my forte, but you feel me? I'm gonna do this. You understand me? Yeah. But I'm a community organizer. I mentor the youth. I just want to bring resources to the community. Yeah. I feel like that's it. You know.
Okay, look, check. Clap it up and make some noise for these ladies. So we have to start with the homegirl Sinclair. When I learned about Sinclair, she went through a series of finding herself, and I can relate to that because I had to find myself. I tried a whole lot of different things until I found out what I was passionate about. As an ex-athlete, football was the only thing I can identify with that I loved until I started Clapitup LA. So Sinclair, I want you to share your journey of finding yourself.
Ooh. Okay, where do you start? Finding myself. So I am the baby of 5 kids. My dad is the youngest elected official in the state of California as a black man. So within that, my mom is a great wife. So within that, I was like, my parents are too busy. I need attention. I need to figure it out. So I grew up in Inglewood, so all my friends were at the park. So I was at Darby Park. So I didn't know like the difference between wrong and good, I guess, or game banging and not game banging in a sense. So whatever my friends was doing, it just made sense to do it at the time, in a sense, you get me? Not caring about who my dad was, not caring about the relationships I had in the politician world, in the business world, and things like that. I just did what paid me attention. So within that, I was able to like learn like and meet all the people within the community, from like the park directors to like them dudes in them hoods to like the people like me that just needed more attention. So as I got older, I got sucked in by Master P and Ty Ty from Rock Nation, and they mentored me and they put me in a position to like really learn the business of music. And so Master P like gave me a book, and I had to really read that and break it down and come back to him and like explain to him what the chapters meant and things like that. And he really cared about me understanding what contracts meant and like longevity of just getting in the music game. From that, I met Ty Ty, and he's like one of the head dudes at Rock Nation. But he let me get an internship of just like saying like, I know who you are. How do I be like you? I want to be an A&R one day. I need a job. I'm working at this salad place. It's called Sweet Green. I don't want to be here. And he literally was like, wait, you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, I know exactly who you are, and I want your position at the company type. He said, give me your phone. I gave him my phone. He put his number in it. From there, we locked in, and he just mentored me. So from that, it was like, closed mouths don't get fed. So you got to talk, and you got to go in those rooms and open your mouth. So from that, I started like seeing kids that didn't figure it out, but they was the same age as me. I'm like, bro, you don't know how to get your music on Apple? Like, you don't know how to, like, what? Like, you don't know how to get in the contract? You don't know how to get a deal? Like, what do you do? You been rapping 5 years? Like, what? I'm finna manage you. So I started telling people, like, I'm your manager. I don't want no contract. I don't want no money. I just want to see you get out the situation that you're in. And because I was in a situation where I got to learn, you finna learn with me. We gonna grow together. So everybody that was doing music or still doing music around me, I'll DM them to this day. Why are you dropping music like this? Why are you not doing it like that? Whatever, just trying to get the blessings. From that, I got turned off from music, and I was just looking at all these kids around me that was younger than me now, and they want to game bang or they want to do like simple things, and it's like, bro, y'all got so many opportunities that I didn't even have. Like, the internet was not booming like that. Like, Instagram came out at the high school. If that would have came out in high school, I would have, what? Viral, crazy. So from that, it was like, okay, I know pilots that own planes. I know politicians that sending kids to Africa. I know people that are giving people money to bring resources to communities. What am I doing hanging out in the streets and at the parks and smoking and wasting time and talking about like music and just that nature? Like, the homie need a job, but I can't go in those rooms talking like this. So I got to fix myself. So I had to find myself and elevate myself. So at that moment, I had to be like, I'm about to separate from my friends. I'm about to separate from the things that don't pay me any mind or any money or any longevity. And I'm about to sit down with my parents and really have that conversation of like, I need to elevate. You the only people that can help me elevate. Nobody has accomplished around me what you have accomplished. So get me to that level. There was a lot of crying, tears, arguing. You're not ready for this. You don't even like this type of things. Yes, I do. Whatever. From that, I'm talking a long time. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to wrap it up. But from that, I was able to connect with local politicians. And now I do things with like Lauren, and we do health fairs, and we bring Colgate, Cedars out. We bring AIDS Health Foundation. We bring so many different health vendors and people, housing authorities, food cards, all these free things for people that have no health care, no resources, no nothing, to come and get those resources and really grow. And then we do things like Snow Day, and I put on events so that people that don't have
Clap it up, make some noise for that. Yeah, that's
can
right.
have that, and they feel like somebody loves me, somebody's paying attention to me, somebody sees me. So that's what I do. That's my biggest thing in life, for somebody to be seen.
Any other of our panelists care to elaborate on finding yourself?
So I feel like you got to give yourself grace. I change my mind all the time about everything. And if I could tell you how many times I changed my mind about what I wanted to do, like, I've always been that way. And at first I thought that it was a problem, but it's really not. You know, like I went to college for 6 years. Every 2 years I changed my major. Every 2 years I was ready to transfer. I had all my credits and I'd be like, nah, something don't feel right. Your instincts are there for a reason. Utilize your gut. That is higher source speaking to you. You know, so I think that it's a lifelong journey to find yourself. They say every 7 years you change. And that's why I think that a lot of relationships, whether romantic or you know, business, whatever they may be, sometimes, you know, they have fallouts because somebody's not catching up. You know, and you're meant to pick and choose who goes with you, because again, everybody can't go. So yeah, just give yourself grace. You know, nobody's got it together, really.
That's right, that's right. Any other one of our panelists want to speak on that? Anybody else want to speak on finding yourself? Let's go.
So I remember when I worked in corporate America, right? I have worked for Delta Airlines, and you know, started off as administrative assistant, and I felt like the group that I was in hated me. They taunted me. They talked about me. Oh, she can't, you know, fill up the paper in the printer. It was like always like little things. And so I remember like they wrote an email and they sent it to me, and it was about me, and they were like laughing. It was like the weirdest like environment for corporate America. And I knew like at that moment I wanted to like go crazy and just like choke them right then and there. But like, but I remember I did nothing. I absolutely just dealt with it, you know, it was quiet. And so when the director overheard the management talk about, oh, well, we need a community outreach person, a communications person, or whatever. So I walked in his office and said, I'm that person, you know, and I knew at that moment I found myself. Like, I don't know what came over me, but I just spoke it out and I said, I'm your person. And he's like, what? And I'm your person. I didn't know what else to say. And he's like, okay, well, set up a meeting with such and such, and yes, we can talk about it. So I did a lot of work
Clap it
within
up for that. Come
myself.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of work within myself. I thought about it. You know, I spoke with my uncle. I was like, you know, my uncle is like my mentor. And I said, you know what? I'm going to write a job description. I'm going to write out exactly what I think they need. And then I'm going to print it out on some nice sheet of paper. I'm going to go to this meeting with such and such. And I'm going to give them this paper and tell them what they need. And that's an idea that I pitched, and I created a whole role and got into that role and became their the first community outreach person for Delta Airlines in LA.
Come on.
And so I think it goes to show that as you're going on your journey, you're going to find yourself, and it just happens, right? It could just be a moment in time where it just clicks and you're like, okay, I can do this. But it takes a lot of work within yourself, and it's okay that you don't know it at that moment, and you can go through that journey, but then you are going to figure it out, and just go from there and know that you can do it.
That's right. Clap it up, make some noise for that. Ladies, finding yourself. Anybody want to elaborate on that? Okay, I get it. All right now. Lauren, one of the things that we spoke about was balancing family and business. And you spoke to me a little bit about how you have had challenges with that. So in life, that's what we have to do. We have to balance family and business, because we have people outside of business and we have to tend to, and you can't go without that. So speak on what it is, you know, how strong do you have to be to make sure you deal with family and the business when you got feelings for both of them?
So yeah, when we were speaking about that, I was just really like more or less expressing, when you have a lot of goals and you're determined, you can very easily just become a workaholic, right? And I kind of proudly call myself a workaholic. I don't think it's a bad thing, because I'm accomplishing my goals. If I was just working all the time and not accomplishing things, that's a little different. But I do work 7 days out the week. If we working together, you might like half the people in this. I feel like I've worked with like half the people in this room, and y'all know once we working together, you might get a text at 4:30 a.m. You might get, I don't know, because once it comes to mine, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to. So just always kind of being in work mode. And then when the time comes up, when your family needs you, but Storm's dancing in Stoke City at Rolling Loud, and it's like, oh, okay, well, family needs me. It's not like it's a tough decision to make, but it's even the conversation like, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it to my client's gig today. You know what I'm saying? And just having that weight while I'm driving to my parents' house to help them, you know? But something that really drove home for me was having the same level of care with everything you're dealing with, you know? So
Clap it up for that. Come on, clap it up for that.
So like a lot of people, when you think about what was like the most important thing to you, it's either gonna be like somebody in your family or your family in general, or something, a goal that you have. And that it's either gonna be one of those things, right? And so you gotta think of how much you care about that thing. You know, if it's your mom, you know, you gotta think about how much you care about your mom. And then care about everything you're doing that much, which is different, which might seem kind of difficult. It might seem kind of like you're torn doing different things. But then when you see the fruit of it, because when you move like that with that intention, like I'm not going to treat this person different than that person, even though this contract is 5 times more than that contract, that's okay. I'm not going to treat y'all no different. You know what I mean? And just having that same level of care no matter what you're doing. If I'm handing out free food at the Slauson, or if I'm in a meeting with all the executives from Chase Bank, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle everybody the same way.
That's right.
And so I think when you move like that, you're planting seeds. And when you plant the seed, you don't eat the fruit that day. You know, that's just the thing. So the seeds, you plant them. You don't, if you guys have like, I don't know if you guys be in the garden or whatever, but if you drop seeds, once you water them and kind of till the dirt and all that, you don't even see the seeds. So you don't see no seed, you don't see no plant, you don't see nothing. And you just did all this work. But in a month, you know? So it's like the fruit that comes from having that balance and that drive with everything that you're doing and everything that you care about, everyone that you care about, and treating them all with that same like tender care. I personally have seen a lot of success come from that personally and professionally.
Straight like that. Clap it up for that. She dropped the bar. She said, you plant the seed and you don't see the fruit immediately. That was a bar right there. That was a real bar. Yeah, clap it up for that. Ladies, does anyone else care to elaborate on a family and business?
Can I add to that? So, like Lauren, we work with our parents, and it's very difficult. You gotta like separate family, but at the same time understand the business. So like for me, and I'm sure Lauren knows, like if I want to talk about like work with my parents, and we do like the health events together also and community things also, hey, I need to schedule a meeting with you. It's not, hey dad, hey mom, like this is what I just thought of, this is the vendor I just talked to, this is what I just locked in. It's, hey, do you have time today at 5 p.m. to sit down and talk about X, Y, and Z? And then if your brother walks in or your siblings walk in or your cousins walk in or whoever, you have to understand to set that boundary and that standard of being like, hey, this is a meeting, this isn't family time. Or being able to be like, you're that person in your family that's gonna make your family go to that next level. So I can't hang out with my cousin, nor can I be mad that my cousin doesn't have the same vision as me or the same dream as me or putting in the same time as me. Because I didn't been mad at my nephews. I'm not talking to them. I don't want to take a call from them. Like, what I just paid for this, whatever the case was. And we didn't see eye to eye, and now we having a fallout. But it's because I didn't set that boundary nor that standard of how I work and how I move. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be your best friend, your mom, your brother, whatever. You have to set that boundary, that standard of that business relationship and that family relationship and spend different time within that and not make it one. Or you're going to get caught up in like a lot of enviness or just jealousy for no reason. And there's no need for it.
That's right. That's right. Come on. Clap it up for that. Anybody else want to elaborate on that? Family and business.
So what I've come to realize is that I'm a really busy person. Like, not only am I doing hair, but now I'm rapping. So I got to be real selective with my time. So there's a part of me that has to be selfish. So with selfish comes feeling guilt, and you gotta find a way to work through that, you know, because you're not gonna be around. And I think that that's what a lot of the guys were saying. But you know, it's also protecting your energy. I had to cut off a lot of people from my life. I'm not just gonna sit around and drink on the porch with you and waste time. I got shit to do. I got things to edit. I got things to write. I got to use my time better, utilize it better, you know. So if you're gonna sacrifice your family, make it worth it.
Come on. That was a bar. Okay. Come on now.
So I'm actually on the opposite side. Like, I was grinding for a long, long time. If you guys know me, I had my own studio and I was there 16 hours a day. Now I'm still grinding, but I'm actually making it a point to be there for my family, be around.
Right, yeah, clap it up for that. Come on.
I went on tour last year for 40 days, and in those 40 days, my second mom passed away. And like I couldn't forgive myself. So now this year, I'm making it a point to actually be present. My niece the other day told me, she's like, I wanna hang out with you, but you always like flake on me, and that fucked me up. So I'm trying to be there for my family as much as I can, because at the end of the day, what are we really doing this for? We grinding.
Come on,
like,
yeah.
That's the people that's gonna be there in the very, very end, you know? Your family.
That's right. Clap, make some noise for that, ladies.
I didn't know I had anything to say on this topic until you shared, and now I'm about to cry. I'm not from LA. I'm actually from the East Coast, and just recently I went home to see my family. I only see them, maybe 2-3 times a year, and I made a promise to my grandmother that I would leave my laptop at home. And 2 days before my trip, I'm like, no, I can't do that. I got a firm to run. I got clients. I can't do that shit. I was on my way out the door to go like get ready for something, and I dropped my laptop and it shattered like right before my trip. And so I was just like, well, grandma, guess you're getting your wish. I was forced. And I give that to no one but God because I see them 2-3 times a year. And
Clap it up for that. Come on.
it just, I couldn't force myself to do it, so he had to force me to do it. And this year, I'm blessed. I am somebody's fine, rich auntie twice. Twice. My brother just had his baby. My sister's having hers in the next couple of months. And so
clap it up for that.
it's just, you really have to force yourself to put a pause. And if you don't, something else will like pause for you.
Yeah, come on. Come on, ladies. Okay. Let's go.
Yes.
Come on now.
So I'm going to represent for the single mothers. I'm a single mom. And when I first started my journey, I was like, I got to make sure like everything gets done logistically. So I put that first for a very long time. And then once I started breaking ground and things started continuing to grow, I was like, well, my son is growing and like I feel like our connection may not be on the same level. So at the end of the day, my main goal to tell if there's any single moms or any single parents, period, like whatever it is that you're doing, like find that balance. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, the panelists have been saying, what are we really doing it for? At the end of the day, your family comes first. The people that you love come first. So keep that in mind, all while you're doing everything creatively and doing everything for the rest of the world.
That's right. Clap it up for that. Clap it up for that. What you got, Sally Sale?
I'm going to bring a new concept into this topic. I actually manage my own boyfriend. So,
okay.
Yeah.
It's a bar?
So, at first, it was kind of just like setting boundaries. Like, when is it playtime? When is it time for us to like, okay, we need to figure this out, you know? And it wasn't up until recently that we got connected to like very great lawyers that have helped us expedite a lot of stuff. And yes, and kind of put me into a position where like, just like the men were explaining, like I had to go through things the last 11 years in the music industry for me to understand like, okay, they're actually doing right by him and not just, I'm gonna trust you with whatever he's going through and it's gonna work just off of faith. It's never off of faith. I have to know, you know, that's someone I have to deal with 24/7, not like just my family member or, because you could ignore your family member. He's gonna be in my face regardless, you know, like he's gonna be there morning, and at night as well. But like his main goal is making it, and me as a CEO, I have to maintain like, what are my goals? Are we working together like towards our goals? How are you benefiting me? And his whole brand is creating value in life. And I feel like he's created a lot of value in my life because I didn't go to school to manage a producer. I went to school and have a master's in public relations and communication.
Ooh, clap it up for that, a master's. Come on.
So I went to school for something completely opposite, but he gave me the opportunity to learn something new and actually like apply myself. Like, how well can I vouch for people around me even when it's not my job to do so? And I feel like it's important to set your boundaries in a relationship like that because a lot of times like it's a power pool. Like, you're supposed to be doing this, but we're supposed to maintain the peace in our relationship as well. So my best advice to anyone who's ever going to be in this position is make sure that your communication is clear, because if I'm striving for said goal and that was never his goal, the work was for nothing. So make sure your goal is clear, make sure everyone's hands on, and and you can never want it more than that person. If you find yourself wanting it more than the person that you're working for, it's done, it's over.
That's right. Come on, clap it up to that. That was beautifully said. Beautifully said. I relate to that because I feel like, I have to be a father to my son. No matter what's going on, if I'm not there to take care of him and be a father to him, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Y'all clap it up and make some noise for the homegirl Sinclair. She got to get up out of here.
I'll say one more thing before I get up out of here. Y'all done got my nerves all good now.
Nah, don't worry about it. You good.
Like they all saying, like, make time for your family and understand what your goal is. Stay self-aware and really walk by faith and not by sight.
Come on.
Because your dreams and conquering your dreams and chasing your goals is going to be the most loneliest, hardest road. You're going to go down. You're going to be by
That's right. Come
yourself.
on.
You're going to cry. And your best friend is going to be God. So you really got to walk by faith and not by sight and know you got it in you and it's not on you. And then you got to understand, like, how they all saying, like, be there for your family and know, like, if you do something for yourself, the person you're doing it with, that person needs a contract immediately. You don't need a contract for yourself, so you can't walk through everything thinking like that person got a heart just like me and that person wants it just like me. They may want that, but then when they get to the top or wherever they want to cap or wherever they want to go, they're going to have to do something for themselves and make the decisions for themselves, like y'all heard Head and Chuck talk about. So you got to really, like, get your self-awareness down, stay humble, learn your contracts, learn your business, and just walk by faith and not by sight.
Come on, clap it up, make some noise for Sinclair. Wishing you a safe trip. Go on, take care of the community. That's right, y'all. All right, so we're going to go to Kathy J. Hood. You serve others. You know, you're cleaning the community, you know, public safety. My thing is, I feel like you found your purpose in life when you can serve other people and be happy with it. So talk to us about serving others and what that means to you.
Yeah, you know, just kind of tying into what everyone has been saying is, yeah, you can have a career and you can pursue all day and work so hard, but I mean, what is it if you're not making an impact? If you're not reaching out to your audience,
clap it up for that. Come on.
You're not helping and serving of value in spaces that needs, you know, people like us in these spaces. And so, you know, what started off as an idea, like I live in Hollywood. I'm a resident on top of a business owner. And I walk my dog every day and I see trash. Like there's trash everywhere. It's like hard to walk, and I didn't really see a lot of services, and I was one of those people just hearing other residents complain, and so I just started doing community cleanup events, and I do it now every third Saturday of the month. I mobilize volunteers and bring people together, and it's just me doing it by myself, but it's been really amazing because what I love is that I'm bringing people together on a human level where people can connect. We're not going to a gala event and dress up, or we have to connect and work, but sometimes we could just humanize and be people and connect. And so I knock on doors, you know, by myself, walking the dog, and I give out flyers and get residents to come out to the community cleanup event. I do this in partnership with my council member. I reached out, I was complaining. And so I said, hey, well, why don't you come out and start cleaning up with me? And so now they provide supplies, just like shovels and masks and gloves. And so they do their part. I also reach out to the nonprofits in the area. So I really bring out people to my clients. I represent celebrities to corporate brands, and I have my clients come out and do community cleanups. And now it's become a thing where people are hitting me up with ideas, and now other people are doing, you know, beautification as well. And now I've become someone that really wants to beautify these streets, and it's more than just a community cleanup event. It's bringing people together to connect in ways that they would never connect before. You can have a music artist or an executive connecting with a, you know, resident, and they could collab or do something together, but they're doing it on a human level. And so with these cleanups, I'm hoping to expand it across the city. So if you guys want to join the effort, definitely could use your help.
Make sure y'all tap in, yeah. Ladies, do we care to talk about serving others? You know, what that does for us. What does that mean to us?
So I'll admit I'm very self-absorbed. Like, I've been that way my entire life. I'm an only child. And even if I had siblings, I'd probably still be the same way, you know. And my father, he's always someone that has taught me that in order to receive, I had to give. He used to tell me that all the time, and it took a very long time for me to realize that. And it wasn't until I had my spiritual awakening that I realized that our purpose here is to serve others. So I still battle with that. I'm not sitting here like, oh, you know, I'm perfect, because I'm definitely not. But I do try to make an effort, because we all need to bring something to the table. So there's a difference between using and misusing. And I really believe that, because I just don't see why I would have someone in my life if we weren't progressing together, if we don't help each other out in one way or another. So that's kind of what I stick with. You know, it's like I'm gonna take, but I'm also gonna give. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, and I think that in this industry, that's really important. You know, so build your relationships, and yeah, when it's your turn, it's your turn.
That's a fact. Like she said, it's a difference between using and misusing. That's a big one right there. Let's go, Lauren.
Shout out to you, Kat. I've been able to work with Kat in community spaces, and I'm gonna come on a third Saturday.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll be this next third Saturday, but I'm gonna come. And I just feel like it all kind of goes back to the purpose and the intention of everything that you're doing. So I was able to I was able to quit corporate America for my birthday last year. That was my birthday gift.
Beautiful, yeah.
So I was always kind of accidentally trying to find service-oriented projects in the companies I was at. For-profit companies, obviously. So they're like, Lauren, that's cute, but like, my degree's in accounting. So they're like, you know, you're on the books. And I'm like, yeah, can I go on the books and then we like go feed the homeless on this weekend? Or like, so it was always like a push for me. But I didn't realize it. I just kind of felt like, why don't other people want to serve? Like, it just kind of seemed strange to me. And the last job that I had was, the last 9 to 5 that I had was the most high paying 9 to 5 that I had had. So when I originally accepted that job, I was thinking, okay, like I'm gonna be able to kind of sit back and chill and just enjoy this new chapter in life of just kind of honing in on that. And working remote, making the most money I'd ever made, and I still was like, this ain't it. Like this is it. I felt it. Like if I keep doing this, like just for what looks good on paper and what feels good to my family and what just seems like success, it didn't feel like success. And so this is actually an interesting story. So I was it was like a week before my birthday, and Storm, I'm gonna tell the story. So Storm and I had a call scheduled with Eagle Gang. And so we're about to start working on some stuff, super excited about it. And the call was scheduled at 4 p.m. At 3:57, my boss from this job calls me, because I was doing property management. So I used to manage the Ladera Center, 8th and Grand downtown, 2 properties in Arizona and 2 properties in San Diego.
Ooh, she just dropped that on y'all. Come on.
No, I'm not saying that for that reason. I'm just painting the picture. So my boss calls me like, there's a rat infestation at Fatburger. And she's pissed about it, as if I put the rats there. Like, girl, we gonna calm it down a little bit. And so the clock kept ticking. And this really important call for the work that I really like doing is scheduled. And now it's 4:01. It's 4:02. They're texting me like, are you getting on the call? Like, that's not like me. They're not being like, oh, what's going on? And in that moment, while my boss was yelling at me, I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to take care of the rats, and I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to end this conversation. I have something else to do. And she said, do you even care about this job? And I said, not right now. I'll talk to you later. And I hung up the phone. That felt so crazy. I'm just so tactful and like always trying to be so polite and like don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And that felt so crazy to me that I did that. But it felt so good. And we hopped on that call and we had that call. And then I called Storm after I said, I think I just quit my job. She was like, huh? I was like, yeah, because Storm had been telling me to quit my job. You know, she had been telling me, like, you could do this. Like, you see all these other people around you doing all this stuff. You could do this. And so she was like, oh, well, shoot, let's go. Like, let's just go harder.